Dems wonder why men prefer Sly. Last night at Mar-a-Lago, Sylvester Stallone compared Donald Trump to George Washington. Hit it, Betty.
We are in the presence of a really mythical character. Nobody in the world could have pulled off what he pulled off, so I'm in awe. When George Washington defended his country, he had no idea that he was going to change the world. Because without him, you can imagine what the world would look like. Guess what? We got the second George Washington. Congratulations!
He's not wrong. It's the perfect comparison. One's the father of our country, and the other's going to show Democrats who's their daddy. And as Stallone and Trump filled the room with more masculine energy than an Ellen DeGeneres lookalike contest, Democrats are left wondering where did all their dudes go? The New York Times has Democrats asking, where are our bro whisperers? Quote, the Democratic Party failed to confront the cultural issues motivating Gen Z men. Yeah, right, that is the problem. Here's a thought. Think maybe after on men for the last 4 years, you might have turned them off a little, you know? When you call people terrible all the time, they stop listening. That's why the cast of Dawson's Creek won't answer my texts. Adam, what do you make of that comparison of Trump to George Washington by Stallone?
I think it's a really high bar. I mean, George Washington, won the Revolutionary War, was the first president, helped create the Constitution, but the other saw Arnold Palmer's penis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, look, he did beat Hillary and Kamala. I mean, he's beaten more women than Chris Brown. But we'll see with the cabinet. Right now, he's sacking his cabinet, and Kamala's emptying hers.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he'll build a bridge.
Never gonna end, is it? Kat, in the green room, you were saying that Trump and I are the definition of masculinity.
Nobody believes that. Yeah, nobody believes I was saying that.
Isn't it funny to see how the Dems are trying to figure out how men tick after they've demeaned them for like ever?
It is funny because here's what I think happened. I think Sylvester Stallone was quietly a Trump guy for a long time. And his daughters are probably like, you shut up, Dad. Because they want to be Instagram, they're like influencer-y, they want to be popular, they want to be invited to the parties through, like, Dad, stop it. And then finally he had enough. Finally he was like, no, I'm going to say it. And I bet you he got into a big fight with his daughters right before. He was like, you know what? I've done everything for you. You guys are ungrateful. I'm going to compare him to George Washington now. That's what I think.
That does make sense.
That's what I think, because he'd like been held back so far that he was like, you know what? Well, now look at what I'm gonna do.
Exactly.
I'm gonna compare him to a revolutionary hero. And it is funny to have these people watch this. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, because you react this way, because what the Snow White girl, you know, you never know any peace. Because people have these reactions, most people are quiet about it. People are now being more open about it. He's not the only one.
Yeah,
He's not the only one.
No, I mean, Justine Bateman last night on, what's his name?
Jesse Waters.
Yeah, that's right. She was amazing, and it was also fun to watch Jesse try to understand, like, words that are more than one syllable. You gotta watch it. Tyrus, is the phrase toxic masculinity now dead among liberals?
No, it's now we've made it our thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a toxic masculine man, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some of that poison. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants a little bit of that toxicity. Because toxicity keeps other men out the house, so remember that. I think the problem is when you make statements like, where's our man whisperers at?
It was bro whisperer.
Never happened. No man ever whispered, like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Come vote for me.
Yeah.
If you whisper in a toxic masculine man's ear, you better be his toxic masculine wife.
But you know what? It's interesting. They think of like the Rogans and the Jordan Petersons know how to, like, it's like it wouldn't work with a liberal male.
It wouldn't work with, and here's the problem. There's no Gen Z. Men pretty much the generation rules don't apply to us. It's all the same thing. Are you successful or are you a loser? There's no, doesn't matter. With men, it's very simple.
When you're 50, you still feel like you're 20.
Yeah, and that's why guys lie about their age, not because they want to look younger and feel younger. They're trying to buy more time to catch up to the levels that men are supposed to be. So, and speaking of levels, he could be compared to George Washington because he has the ability to do something in this election that George Washington did. George Washington said term limits. No, we're not trading one king for another, and he gave away power. That's why he's the greatest president of all time. President Trump can do that with the Senate and the House, but term limits, he will be giving the power back to the people. So that is a great comparison because he has the ability. Now, it's going to be, I believe you have to you have to amend the Constitution.
Yeah,
So that's going to be the thing. Oh, we'd love to, but no, you find a way. He found a way to put term limits to where we couldn't have an 8-term president. Let's get it to where you get 6 in the House, you get 4 in the Senate, and that's it.
Yeah.
So he has an opportunity to be George Washington.
Or George Jefferson. You know, Charlie, it does, it's hyperbolic, but I'm going to say it. It does feel like a revolutionary time. This isn't like a predictable transition. It seems different.
I don't think it sounds silly at all to call it in a revolution. I think we are in the midst of an American Revolution. I think we are experiencing a renaissance that will be talked about 250 plus years from now. I think it's really easy to understand why Trump garnered so much of the male vote in this country. I mean, when you see him talking to men with respect, not calling them garbage, not calling them deplorable, understanding why they feel like being aggressive and risk takers and providing for their families is important, you know, which was called by the left a lot of times toxic. He is making toxic masculinity great again, and I think that's so important. While he was on Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan's podcast, you had Kamala Harris pandering to the childless cat ladies on Call Her Daddy. She thought that young voters especially were stupid, that they weren't going to do their research, and that they were just going to, by default, vote for her. And they turned their backs on the Democratic Party and therefore making masculinity great again.
And you know what they say about men? They build the bridges. I know. That's why I sit here. Up next, did they deny Whoopi a treat because she's a liberal elite?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.